Now, Dar-es-salaam could have lost its status as Tanzania's political capital to Dodoma over 30 years ago. But the city on the Indian Ocean coast has a lot going on for it. Dar-es-salaam means the harbor of peace. It was the major entry point into Tanzania, formerly Tanganyika, by the colonialists in the 18th century. Signs of the Arab civilization remain visible in the historic city. This is what welcomes you as soon as you land at the Julius Nyerere International Airport that was named after the first Tanzanian president. Situated on a massive natural harbor on the eastern Indian Ocean coast of Africa, Dar-es-Salaam city was formerly known as Nzinzima. It's Tanzania's commercial capital and a key East African metropolis. Due to its location close to the equator and the warm Indian Ocean, Dar-es-Salaam, popularly known as Dar, experiences tropical climate conditions typified by hot and humid weather across much of the year. With a population consisting of different tribes within Tanzania and people from other parts of the region, Dar is unique. City buses like these ones are always packed to capacity, are the commonest means of transport for low-income earners. Motorbikes are not allowed inside the city, they remain in the outskirts. Dar is one of the country's administrative provinces and consists of 3 local government areas, Kinondoni to the north, Ilala in the center and Temeka to the south.
We are trying to fight that Dar-es-salaam should be given ministerial status, a metropolitan status, so that it can be able to deliver its services to the people.
Dar-es-salaam lost its status as the capital city to Dodoma in 1974, and the transformation was not complete until 1996. It remains the center of central government bureaucracy. An aerial view of Dar-es-salaam will blow away a visitor. The city's location along the coast boosts its beauty.
Now, when it comes to development, we put aside our political differences, our political ideologies, and we join forces together in creating a sustainable economic position in our country.
This is one of the most developed coastal cities in the East and Central Africa. As you can see, development is going on and most of the renovations is also taking place, and the phasing away the colonial buildings that had previously been there. The road network here is one of the best in the region, the envy of a motorist who has been on Kampala's major potholed roads. Dar-es-salaam is perhaps most famous for the seaport on the Indian Ocean. Other than Mombasa in Kenya, this is one of the most important seaports in the region. The city is a convenient port of call for many travelers to the more exotic Zanzibar, Pemba and Tanzania's many national parks.
We're trying to make that as the hub of East Africa so that everybody will come and collect his goods in Dar-es-salaam port, and extending better services to our customers, so that once our customers will be happy, then everybody will be wishing to come and export and import their goods through Dar-es-salaam. We have a 24-hour, 24/7 operating hours with the Tanzania Revenue Authorities. Now you can pay whatever the duty you need to pay at the port. The banks are open there throughout the times.
Often than the breathtaking scenery, there is something irresistible about whiling away a few hours sitting at the water's edge, watching those sleeping skillfully under the bows of huge cruise liners and cargo ships. Tourism in Tanzania has been boosted with some of the best beaches in the region here in Dar.
Tourism will contribute probably about 8 to 10% of the national basket fund for the government.
Some of Dar-es-salaam's markets include Kariakor, that has cheap merchandise, as such is terribly congested.
It's difficult in doing business, we just have to survive.
Just like in any other cities, rural-urban migration and the attendant emergency of slums are major challenges to the authorities.
Planning of Dar-es-salaam have been very poor. 75% of this city is people living in squatted areas.
There is also an energy deficit, with load shedding as a major headache. This has affected business and communication.
But the president has given instructions that emergency power supply should be now take place. And recently I did visit Ubungo. They are working on a 200 megawatts power plant, which would feed in the national grid.
The people of Dar-es-salaam are generally welcoming, but woe unto you if you don't speak Kiswahili, because that is the common language in Dar-es-salaam. Compared, for instance, to Kenya's capital, Nairobi, life in Dar-es-salaam is fairly cheaper. But to someone from Kampala and even to the general cool Nairobi, the heat in Dar-es-salaam can make life uncomfortable. All in all, Dar-es-salaam is worth visiting. I'm Maurice Ochol for NTV Connect.